Let's do it. Leroy Jenkins.
Silent to the crypt of resting thoughts we dream. Hear the
Oh, you can't stop me. I'm on fire.
sharp souls circled monsters crave
Oh my goodness. Welcome back, YouTube, to another Money Per Hour grind series. So today's video, we're going to be looking at grinding at Crypt of Resting Thoughts here in Black Desert Online. And yeah, let me tell you, you're not resting in your thoughts, but more so having nightmares at this place. Let's just say I lost a lot of money, which I will talk about a little bit later. But in this video, I'll be showing you the location, rotations, any mechanics, and then finally looking at the loot. Also, quick disclaimer, this video is geared towards a person who may be checking out the spot for the first time. So your money per hour may be a little less until you get efficient. Also, I'm not perfect, so if I happen to leave anything out that you think is important for the spot, then let me know down in the comments. Before we start, if you like these type of videos like this one, the only thing I ask for in return is to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and doing that really helps the channel grow tremendously and allows me to reach more awesome people like yourself. But seriously, thank you. And if you leave a comment, I will try my best to answer you as soon as possible. But with that being said, let's jump right on in. So this spot is going to be in Odalita. So if I zoom out here into the map, this is where I'm at in relation to the grinding spot here. And if I zoom out a little bit more, you can see that the main kind of city is Odraxia right beside it. And in order to get into this spot, honestly, the easiest method is just to go to the Marnie's Realm private zone here and then scroll all the way down until you find the grinding spot. And then you're just going to hit this button there and then that's going to take you literally right into it. So I'm just going to go ahead and follow the path here, and I will take you to the spot where you can kind of park your horse. There are a bunch of different kind of spots in this area, so I'm kind of already going through a little rotation here. This is kind of called lower rotation, but essentially once you get here, you can already see there's a bunch of people kind of parked here. But the main rotation is going to be located right inside that room there. So I'll show you a video of me doing that rotation a little bit later. So once you get here, it may seem like there are many spots at this area, but in reality, you really should only be doing the main rotation, which is just the same spot where the Marnie Realm is located. And with the spot, there are a bunch of elites. So you can try to maximize your drops by focusing on the elites and dark knights. However, this place can get pretty congested, right? You can already see, there's a bunch of people kind of parked here, but it can get pretty congested. So it may be hard on just focusing on those specific mobs at times. But let me reiterate, it's only really beneficial if you have a high mobility class and you're clearing the mobs fast, which if you are, then you may want to extend down to like the lower or upper or side rotations just for the Dark Knights. Now, my class is a striker and I wasn't clearing very fast. So extending down or up or to the side rotations wasn't very beneficial for me at all. So, gear, boy oh boy, let's talk about the gear. So, let me pull up the Monster Zone info here at this spot. And so I have the view total stats open, and you can see that the total recommended AP is going to be 800 plus. Honestly, AP is not the issue, right? They do die fairly quickly. The issue or concern is the recommended total DP. So you can see that's 440. You can see I'm at 493. When I'm fully buffed, I'm like probably 75 to 100 more DP than the recommended DP, and I was still getting killed in a matter of seconds, especially if you get stunned. So get ready to use your V quite often. So yeah, this one at least is a little bit misleading. And then you can see here the max AP limit or the restricted limit is 830. So mechanics, first let's look at the different mobs here. Also with these mobs, their attacks have stuns as well. So if you're not doing a protected PvE combo, then there is a risk of getting stunned and dying. So the elites, these are the larger mobs with higher health pools and damage output. You have the bear elite that if you are far away, he will roll to you and do some significant damage. So as long as you stay close and behind him, you should be fine. Uh, then you have the wolf spearman, that's the mob that just kind of walks around the circle here. And as long as you stay, again, kind of behind it and avoid the red circles, you'll be fine. And then the other elites are pretty straightforward, and mainly you just avoid the red circles. These elites have higher drop rates for the valuable items like the Debo belt. So the strategy here is you should always try to include the elites in your rotation. Do not stop to kill them immediately. Instead, try to incorporate them into your kind of your continuous circle movement to really optimize your grinding efficiency. Next here, dark mages. These mobs are crucial as they drop the ring pieces for the merchant ring. The dark mages perform abilities that must be interrupted or they will do significant damage to you. So you should try focusing on interrupting their abilities as quickly as possible. Once you interrupt them, the mob will fall to the floor, allowing you to perform down attacks for that extra damage. Next here is Dark Knights, which this mob will absolutely wreck you. They are similar to the Thornwood mobs, but they do have a higher chance of dropping, again, those rare items such as the Debo belt. They perform AoE attacks that can deal some crazy damage, and as you're grinding in your circle, they will spawn, and you just try to incorporate them into your rotation. Fortunately, they're not overly tanky, but I'm telling you, if you're not paying attention, she will kill you in an instant. Finally, here you have a special boss, which I did not experience in the 3 hours that I was here, but it's a rare boss spawn with a large health pool, and he has powerful AoE attacks. He will spawn with a big boss health bar. If this boss does spawn, you really want to try to kill it as soon as possible, and you want to try to focus it by itself because it can kill you pretty quickly. So let's summarize. If you're not over clearing, then the ideal rotation is going to be the main rotation, which is the same as the Marnie realm. Then you're just going to go in a continuous circle, pulling packs of mobs together. When pulling an elite, continue your rotation with the surrounding mobs without stopping. Again, this will allow you to kill it while you're maintaining your momentum. And always include the Dark Knights when they are up. Pull the smaller packs into the larger ones to maximize the efficiency. Again, this is going to allow you to ensure that you're kind of always engaging multiple mobs and reducing that downtime. Now, if you're over clearing, then you may want to focus a little bit more on the Dark Knights and the Elites and kind of in the lower and upper rooms. Usually the Dark Knights will roughly spawn every 12-ish minutes once you kill it. So just keep that in mind when you're doing the main rotation, and then you can kind of spread out to the other rooms as needed to kill those Dark Knights for that extra trash and rare drops such as that belt. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I was grinding. And again, I was not over clearing, so I did not extend to the other rooms. But I will show you that now.
Faces deep, red eyes gleam through the night we walk. Silent to the crypt of resting thoughts we dream. Hear the dead men talk.
So buffs that you may want to run to be a little bit more efficient at clearing can include a simple craw mill if you're under the monster AP cap, or the exquisite mill if you're over the monster AP cap. Then you have the corrupt frenzy drought, tent villa buff, church buffs, Vel's heart, AP monster artifacts, which I do finally have the best in slot artifacts, which I thought would help me out tremendously, especially with the damage reduction. Well, I thought wrong because I still got obliterated. But you can use any of the PvE Lightstone combinations that you can afford. I'm broke, so this is the one that I'm running. Also, most in-game grinders here are running a full-blown elixir rotation. So if you're really serious about this spot and you don't want to die like me, losing a lot of money, then you're going to want to do an elixir rotation. And that's just going to help out greatly with the survivability and the damage output. But a rotation like that, an elixir rotation, will look something like this. So let's look at the drops at this spot. So I have the monster zone info pulled up, and we'll just go through each item. So the first one here is going to be the artifact here. So it's not bad. I mean, it gives you plus 75 HP. It's not going to be better than like your in-game artifact. Or honestly, if you're just doing PvE, the extra AP against monsters is going to be just completely fine. Next one here is the Depareka belt, which is why a lot of people are coming here for this belt. And you can see you can either buy it or sell it for 770 million. So it's a pretty significant price. Unfortunately, the 3 hours that I was here, I did not get this drop at all. So it's pretty rare. Coming down, so we have these different kind of leaves. So these two items here will turn into the lungs, okay? But essentially, these four items uh, allows you to create the Orzeka outfit, which is a pretty cool outfit that you can wear, and it's only in the end game. Like you can't buy it, right? Like with money, so you can only grind for it, which is kind of a cool little aspect. So it's kind of a rare outfit. I mean, now a lot of people have it. I don't have it, but it gives you like another reason to grind. But yeah, essentially you need 100 of these in order to make your left lung, and then 100 of these to make your right lung, and then the lungs allow you to craft the outfit. Blackstones. So the blackstones can be used for either enhancing, or you can sell it on the market, or you can get fail stacks out of them. Next here, you have the Forgotten Limbo Seal. This is something recently that they added, probably about a month ago. And essentially, these seals only drop at the in-game grinding spots, and it allows you to kind of go into a instanced dungeon where you have a chance of getting the Debo ring. And actually, I think it's like a guaranteed Debo ring, but I haven't tried it yet. Hopefully, at some point, I will try it. Next here you have this right here, allows you just to craft a crystal. So it's an ingredient that allows you to craft the Akride crystal. So Capra stones. This right here is going to be used to give you Kaffir levels on your gear, which essentially you need Kaffir level 10 in order to get one of your like in-game gear pieces, right? So let's take the gloves for instance. So you would need Kaffir level 10 Bags gloves, and then you would need one of the flames. And the flame, in addition to the Kaffir level 10 Bags gloves, you can make this the Don's gloves, which is the in-game piece here. Or you can just sell it on the market. This right here, this allows you, the Venomous Night Fang allows you to craft a scroll, which you can get different things, items from this scroll, right? You can see the Embers of Despair, Spectre's Energy, Kaffir Stone, Ancient Spirit Dust. So this right here is just going, you just need this in order to craft the Kaffir Stone. So 5 of these and 1 black stone can make 1 of these. And then here, finally, the trash loot you can see is going to give you 38,000. So not bad, pretty significant there. Now let's see what I got in 1 hour with just using a level 2 loot scroll with no Agris. You can pay 50 million to get the temp buff or a 50% increase on your drop rate, which is important for the Deboreka belt drops and the merchant ring piece. But with the 3 hours here that I did not do that buff. Before we look at the few hours that I did, let's look at Garmoth. So the potential average money per hour at 138% drop rate, which is what I'm mostly at if there's no drop rate event going on, and also just using a yellow loot scroll, is around 1.1 billion, with the average trash being around 15.9k. So that's a number you can potentially expect if your gear is at the right spot and you get efficient with the rotation, and if your class is good with PvE. Also, it's important to note that your money per hour is going to vary based on your drop rate. Now let's take a look at those few hours, which I was sitting at 137% drop rate, and these hours were also done with my striker, and I did die like 2+ times an hour, which obviously greatly affected my trash loot. So my first hour at 137% drop rate was a whopping 370 million, and I had 8.3k trash, and then another hour I got around 386 million, and for the trash loot I got around 9.1k, and then the third and final hour I got around 337 million, and for the trash loot I got around 7.9k. So my overall verdict of this place, to be honest, I hated every minute here. I legit hated every minute here. I'm not gonna lie, when I died multiple times and I lost 2 rebellious crystals and 2 of the ultimate macaloids, 1 of the Gyron crystal, and then 1 of the corrupt crystal, which in total I lost about 8 billion in crystals in the 3 hours that I was here. Uh and I only made, I guess, about 1 billion in those 3 hours. So, and I never got a Debo belt either, which was kind of rough. So, yeah, I didn't even, I honestly didn't even think I was going to make a video this week because I was just a tad bit salty. But I stuck with it. And yeah, I probably won't be coming back to this spot anytime soon. Also, I think if I did a proper like elixir rotation, I probably would have done a little bit better. So in the future, I may try out like an elixir rotation to see if that helps. But anyway, why you might come here is to get the merchant ring piece and to get your double belt drops, but you're probably not coming here for just the money because honestly, if you're an average gamer like me, then you're probably going to end up losing money like me. But hey, if you made it this far into the video, you are awesome. And if you tried out this spot, then let us know down in the comments how was your experience here and did you lose any money? But with that being said, thanks for watching. And if you're bored, here's another video that you can check out to occupy your time. Peace.